Alright, we're
It's pretty fucking weird.
Look, the second I heard smile spanning continents, I saw my opportunity.
Yeah.
Alright, we're back.
Her smile was wide enough to bridge a gap between continents because Mai was some kind of fucked up eldritch horror.
Look at her. Look at her fucked up eldritch eyes.
The beginnings of tears pricked the back of my eyes, but this time they were for a different reason. Fear. Fear of Mai consuming the world.
I heard a strange droning noise. It was only a moment later I realized it was my screams.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that is my single favorite line that H.P. Lovecraft has ever written.
It's a pretty good line.
It's pretty fucking evocative.
I opened my closet and tried to avoid looking at the sad lump of clothing inside, slathered with dried up ice cream. I only have one set of clothing, so I can't go to the washing machine to have it cleaned. Because how would I do that? How would I clean my only clothes?
Yeah, you'd really think you'd have at least had spare walking shoes.
Yeah, just like that time that Karl Marx pawned his only pair of pants.
Repeatedly.
No one knows how he got them back.
He probably just stole them.
Probably. That or he sent someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Like a good communist, you have someone else do it.
Yeah. Communism is really just delegation with more steps.
Yep. I opened my closet to avoid looking at the sad lump. Oh, wait, fuck. I only had 2 uniforms. Okay. Which cost my dad
That's
an entire month's
expensive.
salary. Yeah, holy fuck.
Even like the most posh oh no, you know what? I could only buy that because I've seen pants go for like $75. And I'm like, fuck off.
I don't think everything I'm wearing right now costs $75. Why would I pay that much for clothing when I have perfectly functional cargo shorts?
Yeah. I got these jeans too for $40.
Nice.
Yeah, they're comfortable ass jeans. They have stretch.
If I wasn't able to get the stain out of this uniform, what would I do? So I left it in the closet overnight to let the stain set.
Yeah.
Because
so the mushrooms could eat it.
Yeah.
They'll get rid of the stain, so says Baba Yaga.
Sighing, I took my second uniform off its hanger and slipped it on as Mai waited patiently for me. Before Mai turns out to be a total bro, realizes that I'm poor, and just gives me another uniform.
Yeah, or shows me how to use a washing machine.
Yeah, maybe she just has a bottle of stain remover or something. Or
it's like ice cream. It doesn't even stain if you just put it in the wash.
Yeah, you're right. It's dairy. It doesn't like.
It's not like it needs to be like citrus as fuck to stain.
Yeah,
and that's usually because it just made your colors run.
Or like chocolate.
I don't know. You know what? That's not entirely true. Neither of us have had fancy enough clothing for that to have ever been a concern.
I did once back when I was a legislative page. They really went all out and gave us like really fancy suits and shit. And like there were very specific instructions on how to wash them.
Fair enough.
Which, like, I promptly ignored and just put them in the wash anyway, and it all turned out okay. I don't think anyone's ever actually paid attention to a dry clean only label.
Nah. No, if you're rich enough to pay attention to a dry clean only label, you just throw your clothes away and buy new ones.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
I guess so.
We should really stop being distracted by asides. Let's go! You ever got the feeling that the people reading this story really don't care?
Just as Mai said, no one paid any special attention.
Don't you love it when the game answers my question?
Yeah.
Ooh, that happens too often, by the way.
It's happening pretty frequently, like when I ask why they're fucking talking like that, and then one of the characters immediately addresses it. Well, there were a few odd looks here and there, but nothing nearly as bad as what I was expecting. As the lecture went on, my anxiety was for the most part faded.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure the weird looks are the fact that you have sherbet hair, you stupid idiot.
Yeah, your hair's fucking bright neon pink.
Yeah.
Fuck, I should take a cone and just spiral it up like cotton candy.
Probably could.
Or as the French call it, daddy's beard.
That's stupid French.
I took to staring at the window to avoid eye contact. A few boys were out on the field playing soccer. Wait, was that PBG? As he stared at me menacingly from the soccer field.
Wasn't PBG one of the ones that liked her? Or no, he was one of the ones that hated her for no reason.
I think he's just staring at her because he recognizes her, and he's going to turn out to be the childhood friend one.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Which would explain actually his reaction when you got fucking clobbered.
Yeah, because he fucking cares about you.
Yeah, he's just waiting for you to remember.
Yeah. I scooted closer, trying to get a better look, waiting for you to remember instead of jogging your memory, like a normal functional person would do. But then
you know what the dumb thing is? It's probably going to be revealed that like he forgot that you didn't know him when he was PBG. It's going to be like, oh, I remember a little boy that was a lot like you, but his name was Jared. And he's just like, that's my name. Well, why don't you call yourself that? And he's like, oh my god. What was PBG's name, actually?
I don't know.
Hannah.
Maybe.
I gave her like an overly sexual voice. Hannah.
At the sound of my name, I leaped to attention.
If there's something more interesting outside than samurai death battles, please feel free to enlighten us. You came here to learn, not contemplate the scenery. Yeah, I wish I learned about samurai death battles. That's rad.
Yes, Miss Shizuka, I'm sorry. I took like 4 history classes in high school, and the only things I really learned about Japan were World War II, how America basically took over their ports, and how before that, how the Dutch basically took over their ports.
With clocks and guns and Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't really learn any of the in-between stuff.
I've learned a lot of the in-between stuff. Their history is a long period of who's the next punching bag, right up until the world decided it was them.
Yep. She turned back to the chalkboard and continued her lecture as if nothing happened. A few desks in front of me, a guy sitting next to... A few desks in front of me, a guy sitting next to Brutal Moose. Fuck! Brutal Moose...
Just sound it out. You'll get here.
A guy sitting next to Bowel Movement turned around and gave me a flashy thumbs up.
Yeah, learning's dumb.
I made a face at him, unsure of exactly what he expected me to do. Then Ian turned around and socked him on the head. The other guy mumbled something to him, probably apologizing. Ian's eyes slid to me for a brief instant. Then he looked away.
I don't get why they're supposed to be the evil team. So far, they seem a lot more accommodating.
Were they looking at me because of what happened yesterday, or was there some other reason? I mean, JonTron's been nothing but nice so far.
But everyone else...
Despite the fact that...
Well, Satch.
Yeah.
JonTron and Satch have been cool guys.
Yeah, Satch has been cool. Satch gave us books.
Yeah. We haven't read those books. We betrayed Satch.
Yeah, fuck. One of the 2 good people, and we let him down.
Satch is good, but Satch is also betrayed.
I shook my head. There wasn't time for this. If I had work to do, if I wanted to keep my scholarship. Now watch it turn out that Satch turns into some kind of evil monster because we rejected his offer of books.
Oh no, Satch is an incel!
After pages and pages of notes on Japanese history, it was nearly time for lunch.
90% of Japanese history involves the word, and then they decided it was his turn to get some. Okay, everyone. It's almost free to go. Okay. Okay. Okay, everyone is almost free to go. The work tonight isn't so hard, so don't grumble. You should work together to complete it if you have a hard time.
Basically all of Japan's history is them realizing that they don't have enough rice to feed everyone, and then they fight over who controls the rice field.
90% of the time they fight over where the capital gets to be, ignoring the question of who gets to be in the capital.
That too.
Also, as you may be aware, the Flower Festival is coming up in a week and a half. Why does she look sad about that?
This news was because she has to go in the dunk tank. I mean,
look at her. I hate the Flower Festival. It killed my late husband. He choked on flowers. They filled the scenery. So many layers of flowers added digitally, he just choked the life out of it.
When there's a dunk tank at the school, you hope for one of 2 things. That either the asshole teacher is in it, or the hot teacher is in it. Everything else is pointless.
Mm-hmm. Or that one student council person who's unusually peppy and you kind of want to take him down a peg.
Yeah.
What are you smiling at, jackass? Dunk.
The best is when they put up the plexiglass, and then someone who has a really good fucking arm comes up, and they just fire a fastball way up into the air, and everyone just forgets about it after a couple of seconds, and then it comes down and it's like perfectly aimed and it clocks the person inside the tank. I've only seen that happen once, but it was beautiful. It was amazing. Like, he threw one super high and then threw another one at the target, and I suppose intentionally missed, because it turns out he was super fucking accurate, because everyone stopped paying attention to the second one, which clocked the teacher.
Ooh.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Ooh, that's good. The best I saw was someone dunked it, and the thing was set poorly, so like if you hit it, it dunked and then came right back up.
Mhm.
Then he hit it again and it caught the guy.
Like the seat comes down and
Yeah.
just whacks him right. Oh, that's
Yeah, because the seat was set badly, so it would go down and then come back up. I guess so the dude could pull himself back up. But they weren't expecting a malicious kid to be a malicious kid, because they don't. Teachers never understand the true evil that are children.
Yep.
Anyway, since you have the day of the festival off, our first exam will be the day before.
There were no cheers this time.
Romance is wonderful. Believe me, I know. I met this one boy, ProJared. Anyway, but try not.
She's not underage,
No.
I think.
Uh,
Look at her. She's
Japanese. She could be anywhere between 8 and 28.
or like 8 million.
Yeah. No, see, if she's 8 million, she'd be a lolly.
That's true.
Believe me, I know. But try not to let the festival distract you, okay? That's all. See you tomorrow. And she faded off.
Miss Shizuka flashed a peace sign and winked as she walked out the door. What a weird teacher.
Is she like a character, or is she supposed to be based on someone? That lecture was so boring. What the fuck lecture were you listening to? That was Samurai Death Battles.
Maya watched beside me, a tray in her hands. We were shuffling through the cafeteria trying to find a seat. Didn't you say that yesterday?
Probably, but it's true today, too. Hannah! Help me, I'm going to die of boredom.
We have an assignment to keep us busy, Mai.
That doesn't help. We already have work to do.
Wow, she just totally tuned out.
I've been there, man.
How did you not hear that? Mai sighed dramatically and then leaned to the side and rested her head in the crook of my neck. I reached up to pat her head a few times, but she straightened before I could do it.
Oh my god, Hannah, Paul's walking over here. He's looking at you. Does he look angry to you? Why is he coming over here? What, do you think he's gonna kick you again?
I think he's coming to apologize.
That would be the logical thing, but this is a dating sim, so he might be here to fight you.
Maybe. Yeah, you've insulted his honor by
getting in the way of his pirouette. You've thrown off the Emperor's Groove.
Sorry!
That movie was better than it had any right to be.
I know.
Considering it was just that Married with Children.
And it did so poorly.
Yeah, that's about right, though.
Then again, it did get a cartoon spin-off.
Yeah. A lot of things did.
Okay, I'm making the prediction now. I'm thinking that JonTron and PB basically took Paul aside and told him, like, look, you are going to apologize to Hannah.
Yeah. I mean, we have no basis for that. It could be that Paul is just genuinely a nice guy who was kind of swept up in the moment of, ow, I'm hurt, what happened?
Yeah, sometimes after I take, like, a massive fall, I don't realize what I've hit.
Yeah,
And
you kind of have those few stunned moments of, boy, this did not play out the way it did in my head.
Right, and then it takes like 4 or 5 seconds to realize that the person is actually, like, that it's a person that you hit.
Not like a tree or a sign or a bench. And don't forget, Hannah kind of stormed off before anyone knew what was happening.
Yeah, so while he was sort of figuring out where his feet were,
Yeah.
by the time he got back up, Hannah was already gone, so he probably just didn't have time to apologize.
He probably saw those stars and did the whole, did anybody get the number of that truck? Anyway, we'll see you next time, folks.
Bye, everybody.
Answering this question.